Coming. 844, 700. Okay, how am I in terms of blockiness versus dropping frames? Here, come over here. Okay. And how many frames am I dropping? Well, I can see, but how does it look?
That's what's weird, is it's like it'll pause.
At least show me. You explaining it is doing nothing. Yeah, okay. Yep, that does make sense. Actually, that looks quite good. Yes, we know. It's disconnected. Oh, hang on. Give it a sec. Gonna buffer, but I'm only losing about 14% of my frames now. Okay. You know what? It ain't bad. It's fine.
It's not good.
Oh no, it actually looks reasonable. It looks reasonable. I'd say I would call that reasonable. Technical difficulties over, my apologies. We're here, we're back.
Yeah, you need to tell people that it was you that was making me ping everybody, not me.
Okay, well, you should ping everybody.
That's what I've been doing, but I get yelled at by Seth sending too many pings.
Okay, well, ping.
Fine.
Now it's on camera. I told her to ping it. I told her to ping all of you. All of you. At everyone. I told her to do that. It's on camera now. That's what we're making today. Yes, it isn't much. However, there are ways to improve this. And we're going to. And also we're not going to do spinach. The box says add spinach. However, we are not going to add spinach because Chelsea really hates spinach. So we're not going to do that. We're going to do chicken, milk, and butter though. So we're going to do that. Am I good?
You're good.
Okay.
Like, this is actually looking really good.
Okay. Well, it's not. I mean, it's not the ideal resolution or kilobits per second, but it is here. This is what we have. Oh well, sorry. I unlimited coder too. How are you?
It's funny because actually the picture looks better on Twitch.
Oh good. Well, I'm sure it does. Yeah. Now that I think about it, that does make sense. Okay. Well, yes, we're gonna make some foods, some chickens, and with that, I'm going to move the camera or the microphone, not the camera. I'm going to attempt not to kill anything. Give me a moment. This was a
beautiful view of our kitchen.
This was a really awkward placement of this cable. It's like wrapped into other cables, which are critical for video. Okay, we're here. Oh, and audio cut out for a second because, oh, hang on, you might hear double. I just realized.
What'd you do?
What? Okay, we're good now. See, I caught it. I caught it before you even heard it on the other end. Alright, we're gonna go for milk. And it says milk and chicken and butter and spinach, but we're not gonna do spinach. Butter? Oh my god. Okay. Butter.
I like watching you struggle.
Yeah, thanks.
I love how you're putting everything like to the point where it's face
That was intentional.
But we can't see the chicken.
Yeah, well, it's not gonna stand up.
What?
Hang on,
No,
there we go.
now we can't see the butter.
Well, too bad. There. Yes, this is a basic meal. However, we are going to use some simple tricks to improve it. Like, literally, this is a 20-minute skillet maker meal thing that we got from King Soopers. We're going to make it better. It's not going to... Okay, let me rephrase. We're going to improve it. It is not going to be perfect. It is not going to be amazing. However, we can, with a little bit of effort, I'm not talking like, making up a whole nother meal. With a little bit of effort, we can make this a lot better.
A little bit.
Little bit of effort. Not a ton, just a little bit of effort. So we're going to do that. First, we're going to grab our knife. Oh, she wants to show off the knives. Okay. This is our knife set.
You bought it.
Yeah, I like it. It's really hard and awkward to trying to like. Wow.
Here, give me. You just go like.
It's not. Oh, I guess that actually works.
And look at the knife. Look at that sharpness.
It is.
I'm gonna cut off his head.
It's a very sharp knife. All right, put that down.
Yes.
Knife behind. So, we have two knives. One that we're going to use to cut the chicken, and one that we're going to use to cut the lemon that I didn't grab. Thank you.
Incoming lemon.
Thanks. Lemon. Yeah, sure, why not? Now, the reason for the lemon is acidity, and I'll get to that in a minute.
You should probably have measured out everything beforehand.
We are going to measure it out now. So, we're going to do a pounded chicken, which, whatever. This is 1.26 pounds. It's 2 chicken breast. That's what we're going to use. And 2 1/4 cups of whole milk. So we're going to measure that out. So, very important. Mise en place, everything in its place. So we're going to measure out everything that we need before we have to use it, because it's going to be very important later, that especially in certain recipes. But this recipe is, This recipe is simple, but in certain recipes, especially, mise en place is extremely important. But we're going to just practice good habits and do some mise en place. Okay. There's that. Yep, this is going well. I'm trying to find a place in the camera where it actually sits. It's not working.
Do you want me to zoom out?
No, it's okay. Yeah, probably. A little bit. Thank you. Because I do need to use some of the counter space here a little bit. Can we get some autofocus over here or some auto light adjustment? That would be super nice. Yeah, it's fine.
You wanted light adjustment.
Oh no, brighter. It's ever since you put that knife in the camera, it seems to have darkened. And now I can't see anything and it's still not bright enough. Wow. Whatever, it's close
That's
enough.
as bright as it's gonna get.
That's fine. All right.
I'm turning on all the lights in here.
You're
I
fine.
don't have a very bright apartment.
No, that's fine. All right, 2 1/4 cups. So we're gonna do 2 cups, 1 pint over here. And there we go. And 1/4 cup. There we go. I am not an expert. Oh, hang on. Something happened. Oh, never mind. What happened was I got logged out somehow. There we go. Hopefully that didn't disturb anything. It doesn't seem to have. So, good to know my laptop still locks the screen and logs me out even if there's something going on. Like streaming. Okay, I'm not an expert by any means. However, I have learned a few simple tricks to make just general food making easier and better. What are you doing? Oh,
I wanted more light.
okay.
Fucking diva.
It's all right. Actually, I'm properly lit now. Earlier, I was a little bit in the dark, but it looks like the camera auto readjusted, so good. All right. Anyway, we're doing this on the fly because we always do these on the fly, and this one especially was super like. I kind of woke up and I was like, oh, I haven't streamed in a little while. I should do something fun tonight. And I was like, well, I have a laptop. That's where my thought process ended. So we're gonna do 3/4 cup of water. Now, okay. Normally I would separate the milk and the water. However, since we are going, this skillet meal has us do if you read the instructions, which is why you read the instructions before you do this. If you read the instructions, it actually has you do the milk and the water together. So in this case, I'm literally just going to, I'm not going to bother grabbing another dish. I'm going to just take this, oh, thanks. That's a lot of light. Okay. Sure. I'm going to take this, this 1/4 cup and I'm just going to make it a full cup. So it'll be milk and water. There we go. So there's that. And now, that might actually be too much light. Oh well. Yeah, it's casting a shadow on me. Sorry. I appreciate the effort. I really do. 2 tablespoons of unsalted butter. So we're going to do that. Literally just going to get a butter knife, kind of half measure this out. 2 tablespoons is kind of a rough, you don't need to be exact. It's fine if it's roughly there.
It's choppy again.
Okay, well. It might be choppy temporarily, hopefully only temporarily. It's struggling a little bit, but it's not terrible. I know, I see it, don't worry. This is why I didn't want these unpacked. It's okay.
You didn't tell me otherwise.
It's alright. There we go. It's back to green again. Back to orange, yellow, green. It's hovering around there a little bit. It had a minor freak out, but it's kind of coming back a little. It's struggling, but it's working.
Aren't we all?
Okay. So it says 2 cups of spinach, so that's optional. Yeah, we're gonna... It says chicken is also optional, but I mean, like, what else are you gonna make with this? You could do tuna. Actually, that would work. Tuna would work. Tuna would totally work. Alright, in this scale, cook chicken if using until it reaches an internal temperature of 165 degrees Fahrenheit. Remove and set aside. Now I'm gonna tell you a little trick with chicken. You don't actually have to get it to 165 degrees Fahrenheit, believe it or not. I know, blasphemy, right? However, this is the case. Don't really need a super sharp knife, just need a poke hole in here. Probably should have saved the knife, but oh well. We're just gonna cut this open. Super simple. Now, what you should do is you should salt this beforehand. I did not, because I didn't really plan to do this tonight. That's okay. We don't have to salt it beforehand. We're cutting it into cubes, which helps a lot, but you really should be salting your chicken before you use it. That's okay. So salt likes to be where it's not. So if you put it on chicken and wait about 2 hours, if you put a fair amount of it on chicken and wait about 2 hours, the salt will actually move into the center of the chicken and it will be salted internally. Alright. I'm going to cut this into cubes and then we're going to salt and pepper it. There we go. Keep my laptop alive. Struggling still, but oh well. What can you do?
It'd be nice someone should use my
I don't know if yours would fare any better. Maybe it would. I don't know.
It's more powerful than yours.
I don't think it's about the power. I think it's about the output through the network. Although we're hardwired, so I just have a hard time imagining that it somehow, I'm screwing up the network connection. There we go. Just cut this into strips, and then
Put a towel underneath that cutting board, please.
yeah, we can. Would you want to grab a towel?
Sure.
Thanks. I'm going to continue cutting this until she grabs one. Yes, this cutting board seems to have a hole or a thing underneath it. All right, knife. A sharp knife helps a lot, generally when cutting. If you're cutting onions or just really anything with a knife, if you don't have a sharp knife, what you're doing is you're crushing it. So let's say you're cutting up let's say a lemon, for example. If you use a super sharp knife, it'll slice through really easily, and that will give you. Well, what'll happen is it will slice through the lemon rather than cutting it up, or rather than squishing it. So if you see a lemon, or Salem wanted to say hi. If you see the inside of a lemon, or any kind of fruit or vegetable, it is made of cellulose. So it's made of basically these cells, and these cells have cell walls, and they have juice inside of them, and the juice is what we like. So if you cut a lemon with a very sharp knife, you're actually cutting through as few of those cell walls as you possibly can. Same thing with an onion. You're cutting through as few of those cell walls as you can in order to cut the onion or the lemon in half. If you're using a dull knife, what you will end up doing is you will end up rupturing a lot of those cells. So if you cut a he's an Ingr cat. If you cut a onion with a dull knife, you will cry more than if you cut it with a sharp knife. And the same sort of goes for making a pesto pasta. If you're making pesto and you put the
You can sit and watch.
and you put the pesto in a mortar and pestle, then what you're doing is you're actually crushing the leaves of the basil. Basil? Not basil.
Yeah, pesto is made with
Oh
basil.
yeah, basil. Duh. My brain sometimes turns off. It is. Yes, you're right. It is basil. I'm an idiot. So it will crush the leaves of the basil, and you will end up with a very lovely pesto it's full of flavor. If you put it in a blender instead, what will happen is the blender will slice the leaves, but it will leave about as much as possible intact, so it won't really crush the leaves, so you won't end up with as rich a flavor. So, FYI, the more you know. So, I'm going to very, very quickly wash my hands. Okay. So every time that green turns like orange or yellow or red, it means I'm losing frames, which means it's going to look a little choppier. Obviously, red is better. Red is badder. Yes, batter. That's a word. Okay, so we have our chicken. Yeah, it's not gonna. I'm trying to move those as little as possible because otherwise bad things happen.
Do you want to say hi? What? You're so vocal. Yeah? You wanted to say hi. Say hi.
Oh, now you don't want to say anything, do you?
He was so vocal 3 minutes ago.
And then he's put on the spot. He's like, nope.
Okay. Yeah, now he knows. Okay, so we got our chicken cut. And we've got a cat.
Mister, get off. You know you're not supposed to be on the counter. Although I set a very bad example for him.
I'm sure.
I did, because I let him on the counter.
So we're going to very quickly
I got him.
salt. We're going to very quickly salt these. We're going to salt them more in the pan, but you can salt them in the pan, you can salt them here, it doesn't really matter. Just super quick salting. We're going to fix that later. But I want these to kind of soak into the chicken a little bit, that's why I'm salting them here. So, it says in a skillet, cook chicken, if using, until it reaches an internal temperature of 165. Okay, so about chicken and meat and 165 and 155 and all that. Yes, 165 degrees is the temperature at which bacteria is instantly killed on chicken. However, this is a function of temperature over time. So if you set the chicken to 165 degrees, instantly all the bacteria will be killed. If, however, you set the chicken at 155 degrees Fahrenheit for, I think it was about 5 or 6 minutes, I'd have to double check the charts, it will also kill the bacteria. So you can end up with juicier chicken by setting it to a lower temperature and enjoying a nicer, better chicken out of it, and still with the bacteria all gone. You're not going to end up with medium rare chicken. Similar, you can do 145 or 125 even. It just takes hours, so it's pretty rare to see that, but you can. There is a chart.
Medium rare chicken.
No. Please don't kill yourself for the sake of a meme. Okay, so we're gonna grab a skillet.
Really quick. Avoid what used to be in the spotlight.
Hi, Boyd. And actually, you know what? Before we do that, I'm a little bit all over the place, but again, I didn't really prepare. Sorry. So before we do that, real quick, we're gonna wash off this lemon, and we're gonna grate it. So I'll explain the lemon in a moment.
Kind of already did.
Well, sort of, but not really. Okay.
You probably don't want to hear this on the mic stand at the door is working. No, I'm serious, the door is working.
Okay.
Because, the cat.
Okay, so I'm going to very quickly cut this lemon. Very sharp knife. All right. And you can see that the knife just cut that seed in there in half. Hang on, let me get up a little bit closer. So a very sharp knife. Don't know, I assume I can see that. Oh wait, you're not. You're a few seconds behind. Good. Good.
Kind of. Not really.
Okay, fair enough. Yes, okay, it's not perfect, but whatever.
Although the detailing up that close is really good.
Good. All right, so you can see that this knife was very sharp and cut this lemon in half, including the seed. So sharp knives are good. Keep them sharp. There's other tutorials and videos online on how to do that. I won't go into any detail at all on how to do that because I'm just barely starting that adventure myself and I have no idea what I'm doing. It's like most things in life. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to, why is the laptop battery critically low?